This video contains or may contain spoilers for Hollow Knight. We all know that Hollow Knight is a masterpiece, but how would you explain exactly what that means? What specifically is it about this game that makes it so magnificent? I will be providing my own answers to that question in this video. First of all, there's the game's signature art style. Hollow Knight is proof that classic 2D hand-drawn animation is far from being a thing of the past, and that it as a medium is pretty underrated considering what can be done with it. This game's backgrounds all look like watercolor paintings with just the right amount of blur. Multiple planes of images are layered in such a way that the game world has a 3D feel while still being 2D. The characters are animated in a very lively way, each with their own unique quirks that set them apart from all others. Every object and environment is decorated and detailed. Because the art looks alive, it feels alive. So that's one thing, this game is a real treat for the eyes. Of course, we can't talk about the visuals without also discussing the audio. Hollow Knight's soundtrack is a spectacular collection of music on its own, but it's even better as part of the experience of the game. Every instance of music that appears in the game is the perfect scoring of what's taking place on screen, whether it's exploring a particular area, an emotional cutscene, or an epic boss battle and subsequent victory. Even just the ambience of places like Fog Canyon, the Royal Waterways, and the Hive is always a welcome sound. Even subtle sound effects are immersive, such as the noise of the knight's footsteps changing based on the surface they're treading upon. Additionally, while the game is not fully voice-acted, characters' voice lines give them individual personalities and temperaments. Then there's the writing. This game tells such an intriguing story through character dialogue, lore tablets, and item descriptions. You just want to learn everything about this world that you possibly can. The main character doesn't speak, which we later learn is because they're incapable of doing so, but that just makes them all the more interesting and enigmatic. And the conversations with other characters don't seem one-sided. The player also has lots of opportunities to write the story their own way by making choices that affect the environment, other characters, and the overall story. The player also chooses, of course, how exactly the story ends. The next thing to talk about is the sense of accomplishment that this game gives the player. People have complained that this game is too difficult, but every challenge has an equivalent reward for completing it. The game really makes you feel like you earned whatever item, power-up, information, achievement, or experience you obtain. That's what makes these moments so memorable and meaningful. If you never had to make any substantial effort, then the payoff wouldn't feel like such a special thing. We even receive a personal message of congratulations in-game directly from the game's developers themselves upon completing it. Finally, there's the sheer amount of content this game has. As if the base game wasn't full enough, Team Cherry gradually gave us not one, not two, but 4 DLC packs for free, each one enhancing and expanding the world of Hallownest as we knew it. There are a set number of things you need to do in order to complete the game at a bare minimum, but there's so much more that takes you deeper into the setting and lore as you keep exploring. Beyond what's required or expected, there are countless other optional challenges that the player can choose to participate in if they're feeling brave and determined enough. Examples of these are Steel Soul mode, the Pantheons with or without bindings, the Path of Pain, different difficulty levels for bosses in the Hall of Gods, and more. And don't even get me started on how fans have transformed and added to the game with the various available mods. It's easy to see why plenty of people, including myself, sink hundreds of hours into this game. It's hard to run completely out of things to do. And even with all of that, we have a sequel game on the horizon. So what do you think? How would you describe what makes Hollow Knight as good as it is? Is it something that I didn't talk about in this video? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please give it a like if you enjoyed it, and check out the rest of my channel. I hope you're doing well, and I'll see you next time.